In the last episode of ReZero, we had Otto, the bestest boy ever, and I'm sure that there was something else important that happened. I just can't put my finger on it right now. With some of Amelia's fears assuaged and a seemingly alright progress so far for, well, the Sanctuary. What's the next steps that Subaru's going to take? Is everyone going to be relatively okay? Only time will tell. Let's find out. Is that, the one that was made from the crystal girl? Can't remember her name already. Mini young Garfiel? Was that attempting the trial as well? One way to get the thoughts to stop. And that's the origin of his facial features. Glad to be seeing that kind of development so soon. Are they okay still? If he destroys the entrance to the trials, then yeah, they would always be locked off. It's not like he can just have a rational conversation with Garfield. He doesn't really respond well to a lot of things. Yeah, probably. You're putting up quite a front. Emilio acting as his therapist. But now that she's managed to work through a few things, then maybe she has time to help someone else. The thing is, he's probably not going to respond well to this kind of you know what I mean. He's calling him a bit of a coward there, but he's just getting straight to the point there. It's probably the best way to get cut through to him. The balance of power has truly shifted. Not only is Garfield on the back foot here, he is literally retreating. He loves his family. He just hates being left behind. Ah, that's the kind of feeling he's had. Did he come up with this theory of what him and his sister meant to the mother on his own? I mean, we did see her leave in their carriage, and there was that rubble when the episode started. To think that he was such a complicated young boy. A complicated set of emotions. So because he is wanting to make his mother's dreams of being happy true and everything else, no one else is allowed happiness. What's going to be the deciding factor here for slapping Garfield down? Because it's not going to go well if he goes straight into his beast form. Looks like diplomacy has failed. But he's not alone anymore, is he? He can rely on others for help. Do help Otto and Rammer alright, though. Huh. We've seen him use the spell before, but not have that kind of effect. It's a bit bright. A forceful rejection of his specification. Hmm. Why indeed? That's an interesting use. No longer in Amelia's charm, but duke it out like, well, in a somewhat fair fight. I don't really understand Garfield's motivations for keeping it all tied down, but not wanting things to change. Taking that head on. Hopefully he didn't lose any teeth. Crap. His way of thinking about things needs to shift. How many times has Subaru had to regain faith in himself to try again? How long will it be before we get a re-emergence, a resolution to gluttony and returning of, well, Rem to this world? A black mess of knots in his stomach? Isn't that the hands that Piato guys could control? Subaru has finally stood up for himself and actually doing, at least trying to be somewhat in a isekai fantasy world now. He's got perseverance. He kind of just needs a hug. That's not a hug, but thanks anyway. You've got your revenge. Is that the best character in the entire show? Another way of saying the power of friendship. Go on, Subaru, you don't have time to recuperate. Okay, I like that that chibi version of Garfield. What a sight to wake up to. He's in a slightly better mood for it this time, though. Oh, hey, Otto, how long have you been sat there watching? Beckett! That pretty much is how you greet your friends, so not sure why Otto is so upset. Yeah, you can't forget her. Otto needs to stick around just so we get a full translation for everything that Patricia has to say. Oh, is he still by the wall? Leave him to it. That's all you get. You saw a small shred of it just now, though. Just not when he's awake. That's all he's good for, really. Politics and strategy aren't his strong suit. Not sure about that pun. He's sticking to his guns, isn't he? Move forward. Try again. Try not to hide from change, hide from the future. Grow as a person. I hope that his hard-headedness would actually help in this situation. So she can smile sweetly. Still don't trust it too much. Don't falter at the last minute. What was that voice? I'm guessing it's going to be him having a vision of his mother. Since that's the thing that he's been running from all this time. Is he going to get closure, or is it just going to hurt more? How many of you would want to punch a baby version of yourself in the face? So after how many years that they've been here? No one just told him that his mother actually cared for him. If only the past could be changed that easily. The power of foresight. Bit big for him. So that's why she left. So all these years that he's been angry at himself. This trial, facing your past, doesn't seem so tumultuous as some of the others that we've seen. Although it's kind of like with Subaru's going back to talk to his family. It just made it. Oh. But now it's a constant reminder of that kiss. But now that he's seen it, does he want to let it go? Still so wise, despite the lack of years. Is this the first time that he's really had to think of his actions, of what he wants to do? Acting for himself. Well, it's nice to see him happy for once. Maybe he won't be so quick to anger now that he's had a little closure. Yes. The fact that he is still standing strong should give them some comfort. But emotional scars were healed. And there isn't the wall in the way to stop it. You think? That was so difficult for him, wasn't it? Did he need to blush so readily? Just a little. Yeah, but Subaru is the one that has brought it all to fruition. That might explain a lot. In a world like this, though, you've got to make sure to take care of yourself. What did So prepare yourself for that. She's at least thinking about the future and what comes after rather than the trial immediately now. Now she's going to fail for sure. Sending her off with a smile, even though you know that the trial itself isn't going to be great. Does this world have a concept of tuning, though? If so, where do they learn all these fancy lines to talk about? Here, he is a complete dumbass. Is he actually weeping? The shift of everything. With characters and how they interact. Has he... scrawled all over the walls. It's quite good, though, if she's waking up in the midst of the trials and that's the first thing she sees, it might calm her down slightly. Nincompoop. Is this the first time she started off a trial with a smile? Echidna. She's got rather of a loose tongue after being rejected by Subaru. Okay. She's actually got a bit of confidence now and standing up for herself. I like this, Amelia. Hopefully it's not the start of something bad, though. You see, when I've been stuck in a rut and feeling bad about myself, it seems as though the world is against you and you can't really achieve anything. But like what we've seen here, with a bit of get up and go, don't give up on yourself, quite a lot is achievable. If you haven't yet, I hope you find that confidence too. Although hopefully it doesn't take a punch in the face and a quite hefty ramming from a ground dragon. I'm cutting that bit out. So we saw that Puck is still there. He's now just, well, inhabiting Frederica's necklace. Quite a useful use of that power, actually, to forcefully reject Garfield when he's mid-rampage. But I get a feeling that the closer that Amelia gets to completing these trials and accepting her possible heritage, the further she is from the royalty selection thing. Not sure the citizenry will accept her. But this episode was strange. Seeing Garfield act as a kid, accept his weaknesses, but most importantly, Graham smiling? It's unsettling, really. Hopefully you enjoyed it though. If you did, let me know, leave a like and a comment down below. Subscribe for more ReZero because second half of Season 2 so far is starting strong. But how many of us go through life thinking that maybe we've been abandoned, we've been let down, we've had misunderstandings of what has actually been going on? If any of us actually had the closure of these kind of flashback memories, it could really heal some hearts. Now it's just down to waiting on whether or not Subaru will win that date. If you want to find out, you're going to have to come back for the next one, but get some rest beforehand. You don't want to turn up tired. See you there. If you want to be the mental breakthrough to the repressed memories that is my channel, then consider joining on to my Patreon. Because so far, Sal, Raywin, Electric Ant, Denima1997, Shiwan, Jennifer Rojas, Mecha, Stinsfire, Big Boy, Dark Shadow, 7899, and Mats, as well as everyone else, and I'm not being facetious here, but have actually given me the get up and go to improve myself. So thank you.